Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Anja. In today's class we are focusing on the lower part of our body. We're going to do some movement for our legs to warm up the hamstrings, and one of our main focuses will be on our hips. Quite a lot of us suffer from tight hips, as you can see. Also when I sit here, my knees are quite a bit lifted off the floor, so it's really good to keep our hips healthy and flexible. Another point that I want to make towards this practice is that if you're focusing kind of the emotional side of yoga or the healing side of things here, our hips are directly connected with our jaw. So when we're holding tension up in the jaw or emotions, we usually store them in the hips as well. So as you're practicing, there might be things coming up for you. You might feel heat, or you might feel that some images come up in your head. Just allow these things to come up, work through them, and let's start practicing together now. So our first hip opener for today's practice is Balasana, Child's Pose. So you come onto your mat, bring your big toes together, knees as wide apart as you can, depending on how your hips are feeling. Walk your arms forward and away from the body, and tuck your chin lightly into the chest, and then soften the forehead down to the ground. If your forehead or your hips are lifted here, you can prop them with either a yoga block, or you can have a book or a pillow, anything that you might have in reaching distance to support yourself in this practice here. And as you come onto your mat today, just take a moment to close your eyes here. A moment to sense and notice what is present with you today. Notice how your body feels, how your physical body feels, your emotional self. How does the inner landscape feel as you're closing the eyes? Do you have a stressful day, or are you quite in ease today? And just accept wherever you're at today. And then bring your awareness down to your hips. And with every breath you take in now, I would like you to visualize your left, your right hip, and that you're breathing the air all the way down into the area of where you're feeling that opening, or maybe that stretch through the hips. So breathing in, sending the breath all the way down towards the area of the hips. Breathing out, allowing the physical body, the hips, to become a little bit heavier. Take a few more rounds of breaths here. Start to deepen your inhalations, your exhalations. And take your breath as a way to warm up the body from the inside out. If Ujjayi breath is in your practice, you can invite a louder breathing sensation now, your ocean breath, Ujjayi. And really remember as we move today that you want to support your asanas, your postures, with your breath. Very nice. And then from here, walk your hands in towards you. Lift yourselves up and slowly make your way into your tabletop. Come onto your palms, your knees. Bring your big toes together again. The knees are about hip width apart. And then from here, bring your hips back towards your heels. Lengthen your arms forward. On your inhale, round through the back, come all the way up. Think of cow pose and try to drop your hips down towards the ground as you move forward. Again, you inhale, you round your back through center, and exhale, child's pose. Soften for a moment. And then start to move within your own rhythm. So come forward, inhale, exhale, hips are softening down. Let's take 2 more rounds. Come through center, exhale, Balasana, Child's Pose. Last round, breathing through center. Breathe out as you come into your hip opener. And then last time for Child's Pose, round through center and drop your hips back to your heels. Very nice. From here, lift yourselves back and up, and then step your left foot all the way forward between your hands. Come into low lunge, Anja asana. Knees are hip width apart. Your upper body starts to rise forward and up, and stay on your fingertips for a moment. From here, invite some movement into your hips. So you can start by gently rocking the left hip or the left side of the hip side to side here. You can then start to create a few circles. So you're moving the hips into one direction. And again, the idea of easing your way into your practice here. Change direction. And notice again if you can breathe or direct your breath all the way down into the area of the hips. From here, pause, come back to center, and then inhale for low lunge, reach your arms all the way forward and up. And for today, we allow ourselves to really drop into this shape. Usually we want to encourage more muscular energy to stay a bit higher in low lunge, but today really allow the hips to sink down. And as the hips go forward, press into your back shin. If your knees starts to play up, curl your toes under. Take a breath here, open your heart, your chest up towards the ceiling. And then let's move in and out a few times. So inhale, lift yourselves back and up. And exhale, drop the hips forward and soften into low lunge. Inhale, lift back through center, engage your front foot to press up. And exhale, ground into your back shin. 2 more rounds. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to release through the hips. 1 more round. Inhale, lift back through center. And exhale, soften your body all the way forward. Release your palms down to the ground. Frame your front foot. And for half splits, lift the left toes. Lift your hips and bring them all the way towards the back heel. This front leg doesn't have to be straight, but you can try to extend it as much as you possibly can. Flex the foot fully, so the toes are looking towards you, and bring your left side of the hip back towards the center. Sometimes we tend to tilt over to the right. And then lengthen your spine again. So try to lift your upper body slightly away from the thigh and forward. And then let's move in and out. Inhale, come forward again, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And exhale for your version of half splits. Let's take 2 more rounds. Inhale, rock forward, look up. And exhale, stretch the left side of your hamstrings, lengthen your leg. 1 more round. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, move your hips back into your version of half splits. Bring your right palm underneath your shoulder, or you can stay on the fingertips, and then lift your left arm all the way out to the side. And with this nice twist here, we try to target the outer thigh and also the area of the hamstrings. So visualize a line running from the left heel into your sitting bone and try to bring more length into that area. Lift your left arm up and overhead, stretch the left leg, take another breath here, and then slowly release your body all the way forward. Very nice. Let's take a downward facing dog in between, curl your right toes under, lift the knee, and step the left foot all the way back to meet the right. And then start to move your legs in any direction that feels nice here, to open up the back of the legs here, the hamstrings. So roll over your feet, lengthen one leg and then the other. And think of your lower body here today. So invite any movement, maybe a hip sway or hip circles that encourages the body to open up here. Come to stillness for a moment. Just feel this upside down shape of V, your downward facing dog. And then look forward and drop your knees down to the ground. Let's move on to our second side. Step the right foot all the way through. For low lunge, bring your hands onto either side of the leg and find movement for your hips here. And as you're moving, send your gaze back toward your left foot and just have a look that your foot stays in line with your knee here. You can change direction if you haven't already. You can rock forwards and back. And then come to a moment of stillness and open your chest, your gaze forward. Pick your palms off the mat, reach your thumbs all the way back and come into your lunge, Anja. From here, again, lean yourself as far forward as you can. And as you reach the right knee forward, actively ground into your back shin here. So if you want to push the mat away from you, find depth within this posture here by softening into the hips, the left side of your hip flexors, or it should feel nice for the left side of your hip flexors here. Take a breath here. And then let's move in and out. So you inhale, lift back and up, take a full breath, ease out of this posture and exhale back. Take 3 more rounds, follow your own breath. So you inhale, you come up. Every time you exhale, you move into your lunge. 2 more. One last round. And then come all the way forward, soften your palms down, frame your front foot for half splits, lift the right toes, move your hips back, keep your hips squared and flex the right toes towards you. Just get a feel for this side of your leg here. Notice if it feels any different, if you need to bend the knee more, if you can straighten a bit more through the leg here. And then let's start to move in and out, come all the way forward. Find low lunge, look forward, engage the back shin. As you come back, flex the toes, half splits, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, come all the way forward, lift and look up. And I just realized it's Ardha Hanuman. As you come back, flex the toes towards you. Let's take 1 more round. Inhale, come forward. Ardha Hanuman, half splits, flex the toes towards you, and then bring your left palm underneath your shoulder and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Bring energy into your front heel, flex your toes even more, and imagine you lift your hips towards the back of your mat. 1 more breath here, and then slowly release. Release your hands down and let's step back into downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, right leg back to meet the left. Find a bit of movement here. And then look forward and as slow as you can walk your feet through to the top of your mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring your head to hang heavy in the center of your feet and allow your arms to just hang down here, shoulders heavy, head relaxed. Close your eyes and reconnect to your breath here. Physically feel the expansion of your abdomen toward your thighs here as you breathe in. And notice the belly softening, the spine lengthening on the exhale. Very nice. And then for Ardha, and now I forget the words in Sanskrit. Anyways, for halfway lift, take your hands to your shins, lengthen the crown of your head forward, lift up into a 90 degrees angle. So hands come all the way to your thighs now, and then with a nice straight spine, come up to standing and lift yourselves all the way into mountain pose. Very nice. So from here, widen your feet, mat width apart. Ground your feet down to the floor. And then for warrior 2, open your right toes to the front of your mat. Bend into your front knee and bring your front knee over the ankle for warrior Virabhadrasana 2. Extend your arms so they are parallel to the floor and look over your front fingers. Warrior 2 is a beautiful way to open the hips here. So notice your hip, your left hip opening towards the back of your mat, right hip forward. Keep energy through the arms, through the legs here. So this is a very active posture. Soften the shoulders. And then to change direction, Lift your back leg or extend your back leg. Lift your arms up and overhead. Look towards the thumbs. And then open your left foot to the back of your mat and come into warrior two on this side. Again, quite often we are not fully balanced in the body. So notice how this side feels in comparison to the other. Bend your front knee over the front ankle. Have a look that you can see at least two of your big toes here. And then let's move, let's flow. Inhale back through center, palms come into prayer. Exhale, warrior two. Nice hip opener here. Inhale back through center, find length. Virabhadrasana 2 with your exhale. Let's take one last round, follow your own breath. Inhale, lift back through center. And exhale, warrior two. Lift yourselves all the way back and up, and then release your arms down to your sides. For goddess pose, bring your heels in and keep your toes out to the side. Sink your hips low as if you want to squat down. Tuck your tailbone in and under, so you're lightly pushing the hips forward. And then find movement here, so rocking the body side to side. Again, the focus is on our legs today. So here we try to strengthen the quads, the upper thighs. We try to bring more openness into the hips. And don't worry about sinking too far down. It depends again on the day, the energy you have. But you can try to drop the body all the way down. Come to a moment of stillness. Connect your hands to your heart. Sink down even lower. Challenge your body. Keep opening the knees. So actively draw the knees out and away from the body. Close your eyes and breathe. Notice your heart rate, your breath, and the slower you breathe, the more the heart rate will start to slow down again. If your legs start to burn, I always do that so you remember me for your next couple of days. Take one more breath here. And then lift yourselves all the way back and up. Very nice. Start to heel toe your legs in together. Give them a quick shake. And then come to stand in the center of your mat. Ground into your left foot. And for our balancing today, lift your right foot off the mat. Imagine you're standing on something, so really flex that front foot. Take your left arm out to the side. Right hand to the inner knee, and then open the knee out to the side to start moving into your hips here. Let's take a few breaths moving in and out. So come back to center, bring the elbow just above the knee, inhale, find your balance and exhale, open it up. One more round, inhale, full breath here, exhale to open. You can either stay here if you want to progress for today. Take your left hand onto your hip, grab your big toe with your index fingers. Let's say if I find my balance today, and then start to extend the leg away from the body. Really try to push the heel away and lengthen the crown of your head up. Take one more breath, inhale, and then slowly release. Come all the way back to center. Let's keep that focus. Spread through the right toes. Soften the standing leg. Inhale, left leg comes up. Right arm into cactus. Open the left knee with your hand. Inhale, open everything out and away. Exhale, draw it towards the midline. 2 more rounds. Keep flexing the toes, spread through your fingers, inhale. Exhale, back to center. Beautiful work. Come back out into your posture. You might try it. Grab your big toe with your index finger, your thumb, index finger, your peace finger, and then from here, lengthen the leg away from the body. And this is a beautiful example of some days we don't feel that stable in the body. Maybe it's easy for you today. You can practice this against the wall. Find length in the body. Take one more breath here. And then slowly release. Come all the way back to center. Shake your legs out, your hips here. And then let's come down into a seated posture. For Baddha Konasana, connect the soles of your feet. Wrap your palms around them. And then just open and close your knees a few times here in butterfly. And try to really loosen up through the hips. Tell the muscles there to soften as you do this movement a couple more times. And then come back to the center, again to pause. From here, inhale, lift and lengthen the body, reach the chest forward. Connect your upper arms somewhere towards the shin bones. You can stay up here. And then wherever you are, allow the upper body to reach forward and down. Again, maybe it's you staying up here today. That could be enough of a sensation for the body. Or you lower down and you try to reach the head past your toes here. And then just slightly work on opening the knees to open up the hips. Don't force your body. Connect to your inner body again by closing the eyes. And try to breathe again into the area of the hips, the legs. Every time you inhale, notice that rising sensation of the body. Every time you exhale, soften and bow. And then for a moment, wherever you are, release your arms, relax your head, and do nothing. So the body is literally just hanging into a very natural shape here. Become aware of your body here as you relax. Maybe you notice that there is a part of the body where you can't relax just yet. So just acknowledge that. Maybe a little bit later or in your next practice, it will feel different. Beautiful work. And then slowly roll through the spine and come all the way back and up into your seat. Take hold of the legs, bring your knees together, and then come to sit down, or rather lie down on your yoga mat. Lie all the way down onto your floor and hug your knees into your chest. And let's gently rock the body side to side. Find a bit of a sway through the head, the neck. For happy baby, Ananda Balasana, open your knees out wide. So the same shape that we've just done seated on the floor, Balasana. But then from here, lift the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling and thread your arms around the back of your thighs. And ground your whole spine to the mat. So actively push all of the back to the ground, especially the low back, the hips, the sacrum. Try to keep those parts fully connected. If this feels quite nice and easy, take your hands to the inner side of your legs, hold on to the outer edges of your feet, and then find into your happy baby from there. So this is really dependent on how the body feels. If your head is lifting, the shoulders are lifting, just ease off from this version. Tuck your chin down to your chest, and again, rock side to side. And I think automatically at the moment when I lie down, I close my eyes, but you can keep them open, whatever feels nice here. And enjoy that time that you have on the mat today. Enjoy breathing and moving. And then let's come back to center. Connect the soles of your feet together. Hold onto the knees and then slowly lower your legs down to the floor. For Supta Baddha Konasana, lying butterfly, the knees are open. Bring your arms above the head. Hold opposite wrists or opposite elbows. Again, lift your shoulders. Bring them away from the ears. And it's almost like a sigh out as you relax the body down here. It's time to slow our practice down. Time to spend more awareness on the breath now. And from all the movement we've just done, see if you can now let go of that. So your body is rather relaxing and easing into this posture. Release your arms, bring them down onto either side of your hips. Bring your palms a bit further down toward your inner thighs, and then give them a bit of light pressure downwards, as if you're like the cat, when a cat is kind of pawing you. That's probably, I don't know if that's the correct way of saying it, but a light pressure downwards onto your legs here. Walk your hands back in towards you. And then hook your palms into the area of the hips here. You should feel that kind of socket where you can hook your palms into. And imagine you want to push the hips away from the body, and you lengthen the crown of your head up towards the back of your mat. And just notice here the length you're creating in your spine, your back body. And then release. Bring your right hand onto your belly, your left palm onto your heart. Take a deep breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day today. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and exhale for a cleansing breath. Release it all the way out. Keep your mouth gently closed. Relax the jaw. Allow your teeth to slightly move apart. And stay here for as long as you like to. Whenever you feel ready to move into the next part of your day, or maybe you're ready to go to sleep now, make sure you move slowly. Take a moment to bow your head to your heart in gratitude. And I thank you very much for practicing. Namaste.